everyone, Zephyr here, and welcome back to The Sims 2. I originally set off to build a tiny home for this build, and I'm still calling it a tiny home. And I fully recognize, as somebody who's been posting on TikTok for years, there's people out there with no filter, and these people will not hesitate to go into my comments section and tell me that this isn't a tiny home. And for those people, I'm going to give you some counter arguments already. The first counter argument would be that Sims 2 tiny homes are completely different compared to Sims 4 tiny homes. Sims 4 is more forgiving when it comes to pathing and your Sims being able to use objects in tiny spaces. And when it comes to The Sims 2, it can be a little bit more wonky. So that being said, by nature, Sims 2 tiny homes have to be a little bit bigger than Sims 4 tiny homes. Another counter argument would be that it's my build and I can call it whatever I want to call it. If I wanted to call this build like Steve, then like all the power to me. Wouldn't it be kind of funny if I just kind of like this wouldn't probably bring in a lot of new viewers, but what if I just named the build Steve and then I put my little like dash symbol thing and I put the Sims 2 speed build? That'd be kind of funny. I'm not gonna do it, but it'd be funny nonetheless. And my final argument is the fact that there's like very big men out there that people like to affectionately refer to as like tiny as a nickname or, you know, something like that. And definitely not in like a bullying way, more like in an affectionate way, right? So if I want to call my Sims 2 mansions tiny, I'm gonna do it. But anyway, this isn't a mansion. It's a smaller Sims 2 home that I'm calling a tiny home. And if you want to present any more arguments about whether or not I should call it a tiny home, feel free to do so down below. I was trying to go for a cottagecore theme when it comes to this build, and this wasn't the original build I was going to release today. I have another idea. Well, it's not even an idea. It's a like necessity that I need to build for my Sims 2 Legacy Challenge, but I don't have the time to do that at the moment because I'm heading over to Halifax to hang out with my boyfriend, right? And I wanted to get a build done for when I'm over there. So I settled on this tiny house that's totally a tiny house, don't argue with me, and here we are. But yeah, if you don't already know, I post a Sims 2 Legacy Challenge on YouTube. My kids are soon turning into young adults and they're going to be going to university. I think I decided that I'm going to send all the kids over at university at once, just so I can, you know, play out their lives there and not have to worry about, like, multiple university rotations. It's unrealistic because there's, like, age gaps between the kids, but whatever, it's The Sims. Once again, I can do whatever I want to do in this game, and nobody can stop me. Another reason why the build isn't done yet is because I'm trying to decide if I want to build my own set of dorms for the boys to experience university in, or if I want to just renovate one of the pre-existing dorms. I have trouble when it comes to actually playing Sims 2 University. First of all, it lasts forever, and I always feel like I'm just grinding it out, right? And I totally acknowledge that me speeding through the Sims 2 University process wouldn't be a fun thing to watch. Luckily, there's a mod that like shortens the university experience to a more tolerable level that I'm gonna be using. So that will be helpful. But I feel like either building or renovating the dorms will help me enjoy the experience more. Maybe making the dorm rooms more personalized to my Sims will be helpful too. At the end of the day, I just want university to be fun and I want it to be a good viewing experience for everyone. So I just wanted to make it fun for me because watching somebody be bored and playing The Sims isn't a fun experience. Like, you can kind of tell when sometimes people are phoning it in. I'm not gonna name names, and I don't want you to name names, but sometimes I feel like when people make this their job, there's sometimes where they're phoning the video in. Like, sometimes you can tell they're genuinely enjoying the experience, but sometimes they're just phoning it in, which I get because when you make something your job, like, it becomes like an obligation, and like some days you just don't want to go to work, right? But yeah, I don't want that to be the experience on my channel, so I will make university fun for me. Anyway, I think this build is releasing on Valentine's Day. It might not be. I'm not sure. It depends if I finish this build in time because Um, truth be told, I'm supposed to be leaving to head to Halifax in a couple hours, and I haven't showered yet. My suitcase isn't completely packed. I put things off till the last minute, so I could potentially be releasing this video like on Saturday when I get back from Halifax, instead of the 14th like I wanted to be released. But anyway, because of my initial thought that I want to release this on Valentine's Day, I woke up this morning and I was like, hey, what if I built a love hotel like they have in Japan? Yes, I built this and I'm recording the speed build and editing it all in the same day. I don't think I'm gonna finish this by Valentine's Day, but we're trying. But anyway, if I were to make a love hotel, I feel like my commentary for it would be like incredibly unhinged. And it was like a thought I was having when I was just waking up, and I realize now that I'm talking about it, I've already seen a speed build of a love hotel in The Sims. Like, I'm pretty sure Fake Gamer Girl made a woohoo hotel or something like that. So like it's not unheard of, but I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't be able to contain myself, and the commentary would be a mess. And I mean, like, I don't know why I'm acting like I'm above talking about woohoo on my speed builds, because I have talked about Oscar Wilde watching me and my boyfriend woohoo in his ghost form. But I guess making a love hotel would be a little bit of a longer process than building this tiny home here. So I decided against it in the end. But if you didn't know, love hotels are like specific hotels in Japan and around the world, really, that cater to woohoo, like woohooing your partner. And that fits the theme of Valentine's Day, I guess. I just want to make it clear, people have it in their mind when they see me. They hear my essence, they know my vibe. Anyway, people see me and they think I'm like a hardcore anime fan. And while I appreciate anime as an art form, like I'm genuinely not. The only animes I've seen, I can literally like list maybe off like one hand, like Pokemon, Dragon Ball, or on High School Host Club, Digimon, and another one that I forgot what it's called, but I was only watching it because I was trying to bond with a friend that I had a major crush on, who later threatened to kill me. So that's my experience with anime. I don't go out of my way to watch it. Oh, and I've seen a couple like anime films like Spirited Away, and another Studio Ghibli film that I forgot what it was called, Howl's Moving Castle, I think. But I don't go out of my way to watch it. I'm not like a crazy obsessed fan like people tend to think I am, you know? So I just wanted to put that out there. And the thing is, I acknowledge if I were to like make an effort to watch it, I would like anime more. It's just I don't have enough time during the day. I have other interests and hobbies that kind of like take priority over watching anime. So that is where we are at. Oh, and I probably shouldn't gloss over my friend like threatening to kill me, but like it was I'm no longer friends with this person, and I don't want to go into detail because I don't want to like upset anyone, but like I was fine. He didn't physically harm me. I did remain friends with him a little bit too long after the fact, but it's been like 10 years now. I'm safe. We're good. Anyway, on a more lighthearted note, I had a weird dream and I wanted to tell you guys about it. Maybe I shouldn't even call it lighthearted, because due to current events in the world, maybe it's a little bit intense, but it was still like a silly dream, so I want to talk about it. Okay, maybe I shouldn't even use the word silly, because like I acknowledge that I'm incredibly privileged to be living where I'm at, and not being a victim of genocide is really cool. And if World War III actually broke out, I'm at a relatively safe location compared to some people. However, in this dream, I was at a airport, and like it was established that we were in the midst of a nuclear war. It's like preposterous to like imagine myself being at an airport in the first place, because I have this fear of airplanes that I talked about like at length before. But anyway, I was at this airport in the middle of a war, which wouldn't be a safe location anyway. I don't know why my brain was like, oh yeah, this makes sense. But at this airport there was like this underground base, and I was like a part of this committee for this war. I have no idea why. And they were telling us like during the meeting that we had to get down deeper into the bunker, and they tasked me with carrying around this like warhead. So in my dream I was carrying around this missile, and I was like thinking, oh my god, they must think I'm like so important and they must trust me so much. And like, okay, this, you're gonna think that I'm joking, but in my head I was like, this must be because they enjoy my Sims 2 videos. So that's why the dream was kind of silly. If we do get involved in a world war, I hope my followers become generals and think I'm important enough to carry around a warhead and protect me, from the outside world. Anyway, we are getting towards the end of the video. I want to remind you guys that I have a lot of builds available to download down below on my Patreon. As always, it's for free. If I ever start charging you for my build, feel free to like unsubscribe and, put out a hate campaign against me, because I would deserve it. I haven't even playtested this build yet. I'm gonna attempt to do that and put this build on the Patreon before I go, but no promises. I might not be able to do it, and I might only be able to put up the post on Saturday or Friday. Anyway, we are at the end of the video now. This video actually flew by faster than I thought it would, so maybe I will be able to get a release for Valentine's Day. If so, and you're watching it on Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day. But anyway, we are going into some screenshots. If you guys like the video, please give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye, guys.